Welcome to the TMZ podcast. Devin here with Tony. How are you this morning? What's going on,
Doing
bro?
well. We're getting through it. It's Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. I love that. So that's what we're calling Thursday now is Friday Eve.
Yes.
That's a very positive spin on it. I actually never heard that, but I kind of like it.
I just off the top of my head.
So Obama went on a podcast and talked about how Trump's obsessed with him.
I wonder if he had that Mariah Carey song stuck in his head. Why are you so upset?
What's going on with that? Like, whoever's my co-host just has to sing during the podcast.
Honestly,
they have to break out in song at some point.
I don't know. Maybe
for some reason,
Branson's
I was going to
antics
say
are
for
rubbing
some
off
reason
on me.
when you do it, doesn't really bother me nearly as much as Branson. But
okay. I won't, guys. I won't torture you going forward.
That's it. We've hit our quota. So he did a podcast. Usually, I mean, in kind of Obama fashion, he did kind of take the high road, but he actually did say kind of talk some trash, which was interesting.
Yes.
Then we'll talk about this week. It was a big story. Oprah Winfrey was on stage in Cannes, talked about how, a bunch of years ago, Whitney Houston was high and fell off her stage at the Oprah Winfrey show. And basically she was saying the reason she was telling the story was to
she was accepting an award at the
right, but I think the reason for telling the story, probably from Oprah's side, was that she was trying to show how, like, at the time, her audience was so loyal because she told her audience, I don't want anyone reporting on this, and I don't want pictures coming out because it could ruin her life. Well, we now have Whitney's an interview Charlie Neff did with Whitney's bodyguard, who was with her at the time, and he shares his account of actually what went down on the Oprah Winfrey show. So that's
some stuff to say.
So that's interesting. And then lastly, a little bit of tragic, not a little bit, majorly tragic news. Yeah. This massive earthquake in Venezuela.
This just happened like hours ago, like our time out.
Yeah. It's a tragedy that struck Venezuela. It's, a good amount of people have died now. And there's just all this video coming out that is just insane. Of all the damage and just different things that went down. So we'll get into that at the end. So we'll start with Obama. Obviously, Trump has a lot to say about President Obama, and constantly, makes
really
shots
since the
at
start
him.
of his administration.
Yeah, but I mean, that's maybe not Obama didn't do that, but I feel like every president kind of, to me at least, like they, blame everything that happens during their term on, this is the previous person's fault.
Right.
So he was President Barack Obama was on the All the Smoke podcast, which that's Matt Barnes, I think, the NBA player, and I think it's Steven Jackson's podcast. We have the clip?
No, we don't have it yet.
Oh, we don't have the clip. Okay. So
we have the quotes though.
Yeah, you want to get into the quotes of what he said?
So basically, Barnes, like on the his All the Smoke podcast, he referenced Trump being very fascinated with you and your family, talking to Obama, and asked how he deals with the attention and the criticism from it. And Obama responded by suggesting that Trump is pretty preoccupied with him. He said, quote, I have a room in his head, a suite in his head, obviously. And it's interesting because, like, we all know, like, Trump has been highly critical of Obama's Iran deal and all this stuff with Iran going on with the peace agreement and then them closing the Strait of Hormuz, then reopening it. Like, Trump has had a lot of stuff to say. And then I think that UFC comment that one guy, Josh Hokett made maybe inflamed it a little bit more. And even though Trump didn't say that directly, and he actually was pretty upset by it, I think Obama being brought up with Trump is just inflamed a lot. Yeah,
I mean, he's basically saying, like, I'm like by saying I have a suite in your head, like, it's like, basically, I think Obama, he's not really trying to talk trash on Trump. It's more saying the sentiment that he's, like, not focused on what he should be doing as a president, and he should be focused on the job and the task at hand.
Yes.
Another quote, the idea that I'd be worrying about someone who came before me and trying to measure, like, what's he done today. Constantly worrying about that is a strange thing to me. It shows me somebody who's not focused on the American people and the job they're supposed to do.
He has a point. I mean, right.
He has a point, and that's how you should like if you're the president of the United States, you shouldn't be worried about the previous president. But like I said in the beginning, I feel like most presidents do that.
I do too, but I think with Trump, it has been a little bit, especially with Joe Biden too, he's kind of simmered off of blaming Joe Biden for everything, but he was doing that at the very start in 2024.
Right.
And he's done it with Obama too. But I think that's just whether you're Democrat or Republican, your focus should be the American people, period.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it's very obvious that I think Obama is obviously the much more classy guy and has always kind of taken the high road. So anytime he really takes any shots at Trump or says anything, it's kind of makes headlines. But I mean, behind closed doors, if you were to talk to either of these guys, they probably don't like each other.
Of course not.
So, but I guess as the president, it's like you shouldn't, obviously you're going to be, he's always in front of a microphone. He's always asked questions, and all politicians deflect and blame other people. And it's just like what politicians do. I mean, in a perfect world, yes, I would like a president to be a little more presidential and probably not be talking about not even the previous president, but someone that was president like terms ago is kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't think these two are ever gonna see eye to eye on pretty much anything.
They don't have to either. And I think what Obama said we should try to focus more on, especially with Trump.
We got a lot going on.
We do.
I don't think we need to worry about, past politicians and past administrations. Let's worry on all the things we got going on in the United States right now.
Yes. What are your thoughts? Is Trump obsessed with Obama, or is he not? What do you guys think? Comment below.
Perfect. Okay, so like I said, I kind of explained the whole story. I'm sure people know the Whitney Houston Oprah drama. She talked about her falling off stage when she was on the Oprah Winfrey Show back in 2009. Whitney Houston's estate released a statement. They were very upset about this, and they were kind of contradicting what Oprah said. So we got to the bottom of this. So we interviewed her. Charlie Neff interviewed Whitney Houston's bodyguard. His name's Ray Watson, and he was with Whitney. He was her bodyguard during this time. He was actually, if I remember correctly, so he was her bodyguard for 12 years and was the first person to actually discover her body after her death in 2012. So that's definitely some heavy stuff, and definitely someone who was close to her. And are we going to be able to play this clip? Okay, cool. So basically, he was with her at the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2009, and this was what he said happened.
Ray, you were there the day that Whitney Houston fell off the stage during the sound check at Oprah's show. Take us back to that day. What happened?
I don't know whether it was a sound check or they was actually doing I can't remember exactly when she fell, but she was coming toward the front of the stage, and it's a drop off, and it's sort of like a dark spot there. So when she got to the edge, I think somebody told her, "Watch, be careful, watch it," and then she went down. But so we got to her, but she got up. Matter of fact, she made fun about it.
What did she say when she was making fun about it?
She was just laughing. She said, "I didn't see that." She said, "I didn't even see that." I said, "That's obvious. You didn't see it."
Oprah had suggested that she had relapsed and the fall was due to her being high. Do you think that was the case?
No, I think the case was she didn't really know that stage. And when she walked out there, she stepped off of it, stepped off the end onto the next level.
Do you think Oprah should apologize to Whitney's fans and to her family?
Only if she feels that way. Don't do it because somebody else. Be truthful about it. You got to be truthful about it. Don't switch up or apologize if you don't really mean it. That's the way I stand on it. If you don't really mean it, go on with it. Because you know what? Whitney's not here to rebuttal. She's not here. So you never hear her telling me being on the interviews and talking to people too much, because she's not here to back up what I say, or she's not here to rebuttal what I say. So why talk about it?
Yeah.
Just like that right there.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Now,
I mean, so look, so this guy, Ray Watson, was obviously with her at the time. This is what he believes happened, that it was, it was just a dark spot on the stage and that she wasn't high at the time. He's obviously someone extremely close to Whitney Houston, so he does have a reason to defend her. So, I mean, you got, like I always say, you kind of have to, this guy went on camera and gave his, 2 cents on what exactly happened. He was there. You kind of have to take him at his word that she wasn't. As far as Oprah apologizing,
I don't know.
Because I don't think, like, I know this has become a big story, but I think Oprah's intentions weren't to
demean Whitney.
Exactly. Weren't to like shit on Whitney Houston or to like expose her. Right. She's obviously passed, 14 years ago. Right. I don't think that was her intention. I think her intention was to highlight how loyal her fans were.
She said that we couldn't play it because for copyright reasons, but she said it at the Variety. She's like, oh, my audience is so trustworthy, and here's an example.
Exactly. So I don't think her intentions were in a bad spot, which is, so I don't really, who knows, maybe this thing has blown up so out of proportion that maybe at this point she will maybe privately reach out to the Whitney or the Houston family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. Yeah.
I don't think she was coming from bad, like listening to that clip. I don't like I was just saying, I don't think she was trying to disparage her, Whitney Houston, anyway.
Exactly. And
I think her intent was like what we drew.
For sure. And then my other thing about this is like, okay, this happened in 2009, right? So that's like, I'm terrible at math, but like, what are we
17 years ago?
17 years ago. Bro, if you asked me about something that happened 17 years ago, I wouldn't be able to like completely know every last detail. I would like, you think back like, oh, she fell off the stage. Obviously that is accurate and that did happen. But maybe at the time, Whitney obviously was going through a lot with substance abuse and stuff. And maybe she didn't know for sure, but at the time she was like, oh, she's clearly on something to fall off stage. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the only person who really knows 100% what happened is Whitney Houston, which unfortunately she's no longer with us. But I think for this story, this is kind of where it ends.
I did not see it was gonna blow up as big as it did. But yeah, like we have two sides of the story. Who knows we don't know really. We won't know.
We will never know what exactly happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so two very tragic news.
Yes.
There's been I saw my Twitter this morning was just flooded with all these earthquake videos out of Venezuela.
It wasn't just here.
Yeah, it was like everywhere.
It was
right?
in Northern California.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah,
you ever felt an earthquake? Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from East Coast. So we don't get them too much out there.
Yeah, because here, like I grew up in LA, so we literally have earthquake drills in school where you're supposed to get under the desk. And like I always was like, what the hell is that going to do?
Yeah, or like a door frame or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah. We had hurricanes on the East Coast though.
Oh, yeah, I don't do water tragic stuff is scary, but. Yeah. Very scary earthquakes in Venezuela. It was a 7.5. The first was, I guess, measured at a magnitude 7.2, which is just a massive earthquake.
So on the scale, the Richter scale. It goes up to 10 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
7.2. That's
a massive earthquake, and it occurred near the coastal city of Morón. And it's about 104 miles west of Caracas, Venezuela, which is its capital
of it.
But yeah, I mean, it's just really scary scenes. This morning, I don't know. I know what I think I saw. I don't know if I have my notes here. Oh yeah, right here is that it had been reported that 164 people had died and 1,000 injured. So just like absolutely tragic,
very much so,
scenes out of Venezuela. So definitely, thinking about all the people that are affected by the earthquake over there.
Yeah, I think Trump tweeted out this morning too, like we're gonna send help or something like that.
Yeah, because a bunch of all these buildings were collapsing. I saw a really crazy video of like a baseball game going on, and then it was just
yeah, I just couldn't imagine being in that situation too. And like too, on that baseball video, there's power lines or some sort of lines that are going over top the stadium,
right,
and just like all that shaking, like there's so many
super scary.
crazy
And just
stuff.
with earthquakes, it's just like you just have like there's no warning.
It just happens.
It just happens, and it's you really know what it's going to I guess affect.
I remember one morning we had one here. I think it was like
oh yeah, I remember that one.
First, it was a smaller one, but like it hit out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, and like the cameras were shaking and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely thinking about all the people affected down there, and hopefully everyone's okay.
Absolutely.
Are we doing comments today?
Yeah. Can we put up comments, guys? Sorry, guys. 1 second. No. Okay. All right. I don't think we have time for
all good.
Yeah.
All good. All right. Well, it is as you dubbed it, Friday Eve.
Yes.
So happy Friday Eve
Happy
to
Friday.
everybody, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Bye.